Well, folks, this morning the truck wouldn't start. I know I posted a video of how I got it to restart using the battery charger, or the battery tender, everyone calls it. And I did the same method this morning to see whether it come back, and it got most of the lights working and the radio working, but unfortunately it did not start the engine. It wasn't enough power for it, so gotten really desperate for it, so I got the battery uninstalled, and I apologize for not doing the uninstall for the battery. I will do an install. I'll set up a couple of GoPros for it to do the uninstall, but I took the battery out because I was getting really desperate, and turns out the hunch was correct. If you look at it on the positive terminal, there is a lot of corrosion and there is sulfuric acid leak. Those are not good. And Easy Delco, I know you guys are a good company, and I know you guys are providing for General Motors. The rest of the parts are good, but I'm very disappointed about that, because this is like the second battery we had to deal with, and this is the second time we had to deal with corrosion issues for it. So I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go for another brand for it. So I will post another video the next day of the new battery, and we'll do a time lapse for it, and we're gonna see if the car's gonna start back up. So see you guys on the next day. Alright, so I got the brand new battery, and this time this is a different brand for it, and I got the 4-year warranty for this. So we're going to start the installation, but first, if you could look, I'm going to have to clean this out. I'm going to also, some of it has the corrosion in there, so I'm going to get some baking soda and then start doing it. This is funny. It just shot burst. Bye bye. Gotta love one of these. So we're gonna work on a time lapse for this one soon. So GoPro, turn off. That's one thing I love about this. So you'll see a time lapse from this. There's a GoPro set up over there. We're gonna set this up right now. Alright, so I went out and got some baking soda. So I'm gonna start mixing the compound for this. I wouldn't say compound, but the solution. You want to dilute all the baking soda for this one. So one thing you need to keep in mind is that the battery acid is obviously an acid, so you're gonna have to neutralize that area when you're dealing with corrosion. A lot of times people will say use Coca-Cola, and I don't like sugar involved with it, and kind of nasty and sticky. So this one, baking soda, if you guys did study chemistry or something like that, if you guys are new, it's basically sodium bicarbonate. So it's actually a base. When you mix acid with base, you get a neutralized compound, which is water. If you guys are wondering why it sounds so chemistry, I actually got a chemistry degree for it. So basically, you want to dilute it. You want to make sure not too concentrated, but just right, because we want to get rid of the corrosion for it. Let me get some gloves and then we'll go. So, got some gloves. I'm going to check if it's fully diluted. So, if you look, there's no solid. That means it's completely diluted in there. So, we're going to start the thing. I'm going to pour it a little bit. You can see it partially is eating away the battery acid for it. So we're going to get a damp white cloth, and then move on from there. Okay, so after I finish cleaning this, I'm also going to bring out the camera itself. You guys are going to see this in two angles right now. Let me get the camera out. And you guys are seeing it on different sides of the areas. You can see like we already got most of the parts of it. This thing got rust on it, so I'm probably gonna have to change the parts later, but it's not the time for it. So we got most of the battery acid out of here for it. And keep in mind, this car is a 2008. It's not really a car, it's a truck. I had to keep in mind of that. So it's all cleaned out. Now we had to install the battery. Now I had to keep this way far away as possible, and the way they designed it was kind of crucious. You know, don't want to short circuit anything, so you got to keep it away from areas. So let's begin. Don't want it to touch the area. Just want to be safe than sorry later. Oh. Stay there. My biggest pet peeve is that thing. And I'm trying to keep this away from it. So this is the mounting bracket of it. It's kind of like a brackish kind of thing. Want to go clockwise. I'm feeling my hand. Yeah, I get kind of like a pet peevish, kind of scared kind of thing. It's kind of like a bad habit of mine, but it happens to most of us. Usually us people would have a phobia of things, but hey, we're human. So I decided to speed the clip up a little bit for time purposes. So I'm showing you that I messed up on one part of the screwing in thing is the mounting bracket. So I took out the screw and put it in the correct position so that way it would hold the battery in place. And secondly, if you guys are wondering, where's the extender for the wrench? I didn't have time to get an extender wrench, and I will invest in one. This only happens once in a couple of years for the battery to go off, so I didn't have time and I didn't have one in my possession, and I'll get one when I have the chance. So yeah, so that answers that question. Right now I'm also doing the final checks to make sure there's no corrosion involved, and also you don't want to contaminate the terminals, so that way it would mess up the battery. So doing that and doing the final checks, and yep. So it should be a full charge. Only a courtesy Chrysler. everything came back to normal. My only issue is that I had to fix this clock. Next business to take care of. So at least I had this one. So to be continued on the repairs on it. But I'm glad I got one job done. I got a new battery and everything. So hopefully, I wanted to make it fun, but you know what? I made it boring. Who cares? If you guys see it enjoyable, just let me know. And then, yeah, we'll see you next time. So yeah, you guys stayed after the video. I'm kind of proud of you for that. Little notice, the clock has came back, but it may not be the right time, but I might have to change it. But it did come back. I had to wait a few seconds and it came back to life. So yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys next time.